So here we have a game between the Chaos and High Elves. Now it is a little bit of a meme because Chaos is going to be AFK this game, but this series will be analyzing it nonetheless. And to do so, we will be looking at a ton of damage values. So we'll be tracking specifically the high value units for the High Elves this time around, and that's going to be the 2 dragons with their breath attacks, extremely effective against infantry. The archers, range units, will generally have higher, they'll have higher damage capabilities. And the bolt throwers, which sort of have the same idea as the archers. Now, starting off, the game is going to take a while before it actually gets going, so I can take the time to look at Chaos's abilities, which will not be used in the slightest. As for the High Elves, we have the Mage coming in with every spell in the game, which shows that it's not exactly a high-level game, but I think this should still be pretty informative nonetheless on target prioritization and how important it is. The Prince too, pretty inefficient also in terms of abilities, and in general, you don't want to be taking too many of them. It will take a lot of money, and it can be pretty hard to get value on that front. But we can go ahead and skip towards the action by speeding up the game, and immediately we do see a banishment drop. This doesn't do very much. It does hit the Marauder Horsemasters and does clip into the Chosen a bit, but generally does not get a lot of value. As for the dragon, it does come on in, and it's going to be getting in a decent breath attack too. A good amount of damage, but like I said, target prioritization. If we take a look at these Chosen in front of us, let's see, where are they? Yeah, we have some Chosen sort of just spread out evenly among the Chaos forces. It's going to be a bit of a problem for the High Elves. They have high armor, and in general, that means that there are only a handful of tools here that can deal with them. Another breath attack does drop on the Marauder Great Weapons, which do get routed off, but the Chosen still untouched. And as you are noticing now, the bolt throwers in the distance, they are not getting in a ton of value. They're shooting at max range against spread out units, and that means that their shots are going to be missing most of the time, already down to half of their ammunition and barely getting any damage at all. Breath attack on the Chaos spawn does a decent amount, but just taking a look at the Chosen, things are already falling behind for the High Elves now. Balance of power slowly but surely shifting into the favor of Chaos. Another banishment does land. This time does hit the Chosen a little bit more. Another breath attack. But these values are simply not high enough. The archers do come on in, and they're going to be getting in a few shots, this time targeting the Marauder Horsemen, and in an instant they already get quite a bit of value compared to these bolt throwers. They do retarget towards the infantry though, and this is where the value more or less ends. The Chosen have silver shields and 120 armor, so these archers can basically use all of their ammunition here, and they won't be really doing too much. The High Elves on the left flank too do a decent job trading into the Chosen, but actually, as I say that, it doesn't go very well. The Sun Dragon does get routed off. The Chariots take quite a bit of a beating too, and even these Silver Helms, they don't have a lot of armor piercing, so charging into these Chosen, they're not going to be doing very much. Taking a look at the archers again, tickling these Chosen down, although I guess with all of their ammunition use, they have done a decent amount. But now come in these spears, and in general, infantry units, they do not get a lot of value in general, even without your opponent microing, since their units will be fighting in melee regardless. And the spearmen, they do charge into these Chaos warriors, getting in a pretty bad fight, and even worse, the Prince gets into a scuffle with Sigvald and takes basically all of its HP and damage. They are nearly routing off, and without any ammunition left, the High Elves go into melee, which is a pretty bad time against the forces of Chaos. So there we go. I guess this is how you win without having to do anything, or more or less this is how you lose by not optimizing your target prioritization. The dragons got a decent amount of damage, but they really weren't able to pay off for the spears. And that's basically it. That's basically it.